Welcome to part 2 of my video series of how to live your best life and how a virtual open house is better than a physical open house. First, let's go over that. Virtual houses offer more flexibility, and this is how they're better. You're basically going to get more exposure on your listing than you ever could the old physical clunky way. Now, the old way a realtor would show your house is they would set up an open house and set up maybe 30 to 40 signs in the neighborhood and around nearby highways. And they would hope that people see these signs and come in and view your house. And they would also hope that those people that come are qualified buyers that are interested in your house. Now, the key word there is hope. They're hoping people are qualified. And it's my experience that hope is not a good strategy when selling property. You want certainty. And that's what virtual open houses and virtual tours offer. They offer more exposure, which means you're going to get more qualified buyers. Sure, you're going to get the curious buyers too looking at your virtual tours, but that doesn't matter because they're not physically walking through your house. You want the qualified buyers. So it guarantees that you get the highest price possible when you're doing a virtual open house and a virtual tours. Now, on the buyer side, it makes it a lot easier too. Now, the current way or the old way is to have a qualified buyer and drive them around multiple cities viewing maybe 6 to 8 houses that they're interested in. You get in and out of the car, you get in traffic, you just spend the whole day looking at property basically. At the end of the day, you're exhausted as a buyer, and trust me, the realtor's exhausted too, and I know this because I've done it multiple times, and it's a very inefficient and exhausting way of showing property. And another downside of that is that for the buyers, even though a lot of buyers take pictures while they're viewing these houses that they're interested in, they get the pictures mixed up. They forget details of the houses they liked or didn't like. It becomes, because memory fades, and very quickly actually. So if a realtor can offer a virtual tour on the buyer side, it's better also because a buyer can actually stay in their current residence and review 6 to 8 properties. Hell, maybe they can review 20 in a day without even leaving their current residence. So it really cuts down on the exhaustion time, and it gives them more exposure on properties to view, which means that when they do like a property, they're going to contact their realtor and say, hey, I really like this house. Can we set up an appointment to take a look at it and maybe even make an offer? So then you go from looking at 6 to 8 properties, maybe 20 properties physically, to looking at one property, and then really loving it because you've already seen it multiple times virtually. And then when you get there, you make an offer, and that guarantees that most likely you're going to get faster results, because that means you're going to be able to submit an offer faster instead of wasting time running around all over the city. So virtual open house, virtual tours are really the way to go. If a realtor isn't offering those services, that's probably not the realtor you want to work with, both on the listing side and the buyer side. And that's just a fact. Now, let's go back to the question I asked you. If you had one more year to live, would you live it the way you've been living it? Or would you make some changes? Hopefully you took this exercise seriously and you took those 30 focused minutes to write down what you would keep and what you would change in your life. And the second part of this exercise is simple. You take that 1 year, those goals you made of your ideal life, and you multiply it by 50. And that's how you should live the rest of your life. Now, that list might change, because as we grow and we go through life, priorities change, goals change. But what matters is that you have this clear roadmap on what you want to have in your life and what you don't want to have in your life. I find that if you have this roadmap, it creates a better chance that you're going to be successful in life, whatever success means to you. And what I've learned is that success is not a straight line, that success is 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. But you must persevere and push through those hard times and keep that roadmap in your pocket or bedside, because that's what's going to get you to live your most successful life. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you keep watching these videos. That's all for today, and I'm Chris Contreras with Sentinel Realty Partners. And remember, live a handcrafted life.